What's up, YouTube? It's Big Ryan the Fat Guy. You are watching the NFL Divisional Round Picks Against the Spread video. For the wildcard weekend, Big Ryan the Fat Guy went 2-2 against the spread with spread wins from the Cowboys and the Eagles. Shout out to It's Patchy Cat for being the only person in our pick'em pool to go a perfect 4-0 against the spread for the wildcard weekend. Remember to make your picks for the divisional rounds. The link will be in the description box below. For the season, Big Ryan the Fat Guy are 127, 123, and 10 against the spread. 2 for 2 in the playoffs. Fat Guy, let's get right into it. On to the NFL divisional round picks against the spread. The Indianapolis Colts travel to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 6-point favorites at home. Currently, 55% of bettors are on the Chiefs. Fat Guy, who you got?
First of all, we didn't go for 2 for 2. We went 2-2. Big Rye's mistaken. You know, for such a small man, you think he'd be smart and I'd be the dumb one. A little bit of a
juxtaposition
of mice and men type thing, but it's completely the other way around. But whatever, genetics can't be kind to everybody, right?
That's true.
Anyways, you guys are going to kind of like the theme of this weekend. You know, usually I get trashed for taking all the underdogs, but you might like the theme of this weekend. Well, I'm going to start off first by saying the Colts are who I thought they were, and man, I knew I didn't like something about the Texans. Watson looked awful. That defense, though, on the Colts, you could say they were really good. They didn't change their look. Watson just couldn't beat it. I think the Colts are going to be excellent, and I think they're going to be Super Bowl contenders, if not favorites, in the coming years. But I don't think this is that year necessarily. I'm going to take the Chiefs, and I'm going to lay the points. And I am wearing a Raiders hat, and I am going to take the Chiefs because my allegiance is to gambling and money. It goes far above any proclivities I have. And the biggest thing I like about the Raiders is the logo. But on to the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs, the thing about this weekend I like is all the underdogs won this weekend. And people are they might have a little bit of a love affair for these teams because they kind of forgot about Dre in a sense. They're going to forget about the 1s and 2 seeds that haven't played. But there's a reason they're 1s and 2 seeds. It's because they're really good. I like the Chiefs in this game because I think the Chiefs are going to be able to expose some of the weaknesses on this Colts team that really wasn't expected to make the playoffs, probably by the front office or even the coach. They've done remarkable. I'm not going to hate on the Colts. I really like them. But I think the Chiefs have a really good chance at blowing them out of the water. I'm going to take the Chiefs, and I'm going to lay the points.
Next up, the Dallas Cowboys travel to LA to take on the Rams. 45% of early bettors are on the Rams as 7-point favorites at home. Fat Guy, who you got?
Like I said, you're going to like this week. I'm taking the Los Angeles Rams. Laying 7 points, I don't like it. You think I like this? I'm going to try and hope that the line comes down. Maybe I get a 6.5. That'd be great. If it came 7.5, that'd be brutal. This is a tighter one for me. I do like the Rams probably in the whole thing. The Rams have a really strong team. But I think they're going to be able to beat these Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys, they're kind of predicated around Ezekiel Elliott, who seems to just, I don't know, he's just unbreakable almost. A lot like that M. Night Shyamalan movie that I quite like. Ezekiel Elliott kind of is the engine that could. He kind of pushes this team. And Dak Prescott, excellent in the run game, not so much in the pass game. Amari Cooper did a decent job, but I think these cornerbacks on the Rams are going to be able to play one-on-one with a lot of the receivers, especially losing Allen Hurns for the Cowboys in that moderate thriller against the Seattle Seahawks. I like the LA Rams, and I think they're going to be able to stop the run. I think they're going to be able to get pressure. And Dak, I don't think Dakota Prescott's going to be too comfortable in this game. But I like the Rams for a variety of reasons, and I want to see them start scoring again. They kind of tapered off at the end of the season after that ugly loss to the Bears. I think they're going to come out strong. I mean, let's be real. The Dallas defense has been pretty good, but they are exposed to certain things. And I think what Seattle does well, the Rams can do better. Not to mention, too, when Dak was scrambling, I think they're going to be able to get him with Corey Littleton and Samson Ebukam. I can't even say those names very well. You're going to have to forgive me. But I mean, that's supposed to be the weakness of the linebacking core of the LA Rams, and they've turned out to be almost a strength. You know, obviously not quite as good as a defensive line with Aaron Donald in the front. That's another guy you're going to deal with, Aaron Donald. It's almost impossible. But the secondary, too, they've been a little bit on the weaker end. You do have Talib back, I believe. and Marcus Peters is due for a better game. I like the Rams in this game, and I'm going to lay the points.
Now on to Sunday. The Chargers travel to New England to take on the Patriots. So far, with early bettors, only 31% are on the Patriots as 4.5-point favorites at home. Fat guy, who you got?
Like I said, you guys are going to like this week. I'm laying the points again and taking the New England Patriots. I kind of like this game more than the first two. I think the Pats are going to dominate this game. Watching the Baltimore game was a little bit disappointing. Baltimore's offensive scheme was terrible. Baltimore's defense played a really good game. They were put in terrible spots, and they got it done in a lot of spots. If you had any sort of semblance of an offense, you would have won that game as the Baltimore Ravens, but they didn't. The hardest thing about stopping the LA Chargers is Melvin Ingram. Melvin Ingram coming off the edge has been absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it wasn't just necessarily him. Joey Bosa probably helped with Melvin Ingram getting pressure because you kind of have to single him, like, you can only double team in so many spots, right? So I'm going to say that Melvin Ingram is definitely the strong spot in that performance against the Baltimore Ravens. So what could the New England Patriots do to stop it? Well, they're the New England Patriots. They're excellent at stopping pressure from getting there. The last time I remember pressure getting against New England Patriots were in the Super Bowls against both Giants. I like the New England Patriots in this game, and I think it'll just be an out-coaching lesson more or less because I don't think the New England Patriots have a better roster than the Chargers do. I really don't. Chargers are a better roster in almost every spot. I'm not going to go through all of it, but they are significantly better, I feel. But I think it's going to come down to coaching, and I don't think the Patriots are going to have a problem. I mean, the one thing I was worried about for the Patriots if they played the Baltimore Ravens was the Ravens were going to be a lot quicker, I felt. And I didn't think the old linebackers are going to be able to keep up with Lamar Jackson. It'd just be hard to stop that run. But I think even though the LA Chargers are a well-balanced offense, I think they're going to have trouble with New England's defense, even though it has been stymied a couple times this year. And this is definitely a down year for New England. But don't forget, they are the Patriots at the end of the day, and let's not sleep on them. I'm going to take the Patriots, and I'm going to lay the points.
The final Sunday game is the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Fat guy, 35% of bettors are on the Saints as 8-point favorites at home. Who you got?
Well, this is a revenge game in the same place. And most people are taking the Eagles because they want a thriller and they're believing in this Eagles Cinderella story. Like I said, you're going to like this week. I have never done this. Since I have been doing this, I have never done this. And this is years and years, almost a decade. I have never taken all favorites in a week, ever. And this will be the first time. We are going to take the New Orleans Saints. Get ragged on for not taking the Chiefs. Get ragged on for not taking the Saints. I'm taking the Saints. Now, the Saints totally bludgeoned the Eagles last time that they played. And you could say that they're, each team learns something and the Eagles are kind of coming on. And that's absolutely true. I think the Eagles are good. They won an absolute thriller against the Chicago Bears. Thriller. However, I do like the Saints again. I felt the Eagles were a better team than the Bears. The Bears offense kind of looked hokey. And both defense, I got nothing bad to say about the Bears defense. And I thought the Eagles defense played reasonably well. They did get capitalized on in some situations with some of the corners overplaying on some routes, getting beat by double moves, that sort of thing. But I think that they're going to have a lot tougher of a time with the Saints. Like, if you're going to have trouble with Allen Robinson, what kind of trouble are you going to have with Michael Thomas? And the run game, I don't think was utilized enough by Chicago. I think it will be with the Saints. The Saints are just dynamic. We all know this. Saints are probably the best team in the league between them and the Rams. I do like the Saints in this game, and I think they could blow it out the water. I mean, why not start the playoffs with a bang? Saints defense can play too, and it's the Bears defense is better. The Saints at home is just so tough. If that offense gets a quiet crowd and they just start humming, the other thing too is I don't know how the Bears can come back in the game. The Bears team doesn't seem like it's built for comebacks. Like it's going to be difficult for them. I like the Saints in this spot, and I'm going to lay the 8 points. Let's go New Orleans.
All right, lightning round, Indianapolis at Kansas City, 6-point favorites.
I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs.
Dallas at the LA Rams is 7-point favorites.
Los Angeles Rams.
LAC at New England, 4.5-point favorites.
New England Patriots.
And Philly at New Orleans, minus 8-point favorites.
New Orleans Saints.
Bronies, that's it for us. Good luck with your NFL divisional round picks against the spread. Remember to like, comment, subscribe for more Big Ryan the Fat Guy.
I love John Woo as a director. I like Doves anything John Woo has done. He's an excellent director and a model American or Asian American.
So your shirt says John Travolta.
It does say that.
But then it has a picture of Nicolas Cage below it.
It does. It does.
Why is that?
It's called an homage. You wouldn't know anything about it, Bird Brain.
Nice. Well, time for us to face off.